The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy. Greetings and salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by my fellow wrestling fuck the boy.
Look, I feel the need to maybe unpack that phrase a little bit.
You're the Braun Strongman to my Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, all right, that'll work. Normally when we talk about...
You're the Bray Wyatt to my Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, we're two Bray Wyatts. That'd be a great tag team, two Bray Wyatts.
I liked Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. It was Bray Wyatt and quieter Bray Wyatt.
Normally when we talk about wrestling, Billy is here. And me. See, Billy's internet exploded halfway through a podcast. So there is a lost podcast with Billy. I will mention it a couple times during this. I feel like I should get it right out front. But, continue with your intro.
Howdy. We're talking about the Royal Rumble 2016.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure you got that from the title. If not, sometimes I wonder how the fuck you guys get here.
It's just, they just click screaming at the internet until we show up. And maybe I appreciate that.
Yeah. Both of us are a little under the weather, so obviously I'm doing my sexy voice.
Honks and snonks and
I expect a lot of
stuffy
coughing.
Noses. So yeah, no, I already got all my yelling out.
You know what? Let's do the good part first because it's not going to take as long.
I think when I was talking with Billy, we did the main event first because I really wanted to talk about that finish.
Yeah.
But okay. Sure, let's do it the other end this way, the normal way.
I don't have a lot to say about anything here.
Me neither.
And that's
except
a good
the main event. I have a lot to say about the fucking main event.
Sure.
And I'm going to say it all again.
So you got the card because I...
Yeah. The pre-show was...
We didn't watch it.
We didn't watch it. Mark Henry... We saw the final moments, and that bears mentioning.
Oh my fucking God.
Mark Henry and Jack Swagger beat Darren Young and a bunch of other dudes. The Dudleys were in there, the Ascension, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. What matters is the final moments, which we saw on a cutaway later in the evening. Holy shit! Bubba Ray Dudley's fat ass couldn't scoot over to get pinned.
So let me set this fucking thing up for you in case you didn't see it. I'm using that voice, listeners, so you can tell it's going to be a wild ride with Mr. Toad.
Oh, wow, look at all those spikes.
I cannot give half a fuck. It's not going to be the Missing Survivor Series podcast, but son of a bitch. Fucking Bubba Ray hits Ascension 1 with a move. And then he gets attacked by Jack Swagger and Mark Henry.
Jack Swagger pulls him outside of the ring to do the Patriot Lock, not all the way outside, just his legs. And then Mark Henry comes and runs over and does his I'm big and fat and land on you finisher.
Yeah. The world's strongest fat, or whatever he calls it. I love Mark Henry, don't get me wrong. Mark Henry's not the culprit here. Mark Henry grabs Bubba Dudley by the arm and tries to drag his fat ass back in the ring, but Bubba Ray Dudley is so inept that he cannot even be committed to scoot 2 feet away from the fucking ropes in order to get back in the ring.
So Mark Henry, in a classy ring general-like showman, example of ring awareness, goes and pins Ascension 1
instead. Yeah, he's like, fuck it, I'll pin Ascension 1. So Ascension 2 comes into the ring to break it up. But Devon Dudley is up. And Devon Dudley has apparently become a special needs person because he's still trying to stop Ascension 2 from doing the pin. From breaking up the pin, excuse me. Except that he, marches forward about 5 feet and then stops.
And Ascension 2's got this look on his face like, dude, you're supposed to attack me. Dude, help. Come on, do your spot, guy.
So, eventually he starts again and runs again. This is pertinent. I'm going to hang on to this until our United States Championship match. That was fucking stupid. I have seen blown spots in my time. I've seen lights shown, whatever. You can't have 100% good matches 100% of the time, especially when you're doing complicated shit. That was fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm. Then the first match of the actual night we watched. I'd say the first match of the night, Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens, tied for match of the night, I would say.
It was good. It wasn't... I don't want to say it wasn't anything special. It just wasn't anything over the top. It was good, though. I think they worked really well off of each other. I think the right man won.
Yeah, definitely. Good. Dean Ambrose went over. It was, really hard fought. They did a couple really big spots. It was a pay-per-view match. Really solid pay-per-view match. Tied for match of the night for me.
And it was nice to see a hardcore style match. It was a last man standing match, right?
Yep.
As a match on the lower card for the IC title. That's great.
And it didn't completely devolve into a garbage match.
No, nice. Yeah, it was really nice. I thought it was a good match.
Yep. Next match is the other one tied for the match of the night for me, but that's not because of the wrestling. That's just because I fucking love the New Day.
God damn, New Day is so good. New Day's so good, and the New Day retained. They were fighting the
Usos.
Dudes. I don't know.
The fucking thing 1 and thing 2.
Yeah.
Dude,
I like the Usos.
They're talented guys, but you have to be able to cut a promo. Well, at a certain point in your career, you have to be able to cut a promo, or I don't care.
Well, they haven't done anything with their gimmick since the last time John Cena did something with his gimmick. They come out, they do their fucking haka, they each have different face paint, and then
they smile, and they're kind of straight, I think, is their gimmick.
But not so street as to offend your mother.
Yeah, they're about as street as 70s Luke Cage.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's 70s Luke Cage is fair. 80s Luke Cage
with the
got pretty
tiara
hard.
And the gold shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But whatever, it was a good match. They're decent.
Solid match of the night. Just because I fucking love the New Day. I love every time they're on the screen. It always makes me happy. They're the funniest goddamn thing on the WWE television. They're the most entertaining guys. I love the New Day.
Fucking Xavier Woods. I said this. I know it's blasphemy. I'm sorry, but I used to say he was the best
mouthpiece since Jimmy Hart.
And I think he's better than Jimmy Hart. I think Jimmy Hart's still a fucking number 2.
I would say he's the modern Jimmy Hart, and since we have modern sensibilities, we like him better.
Sure, that's fair. Now that's not to discount Paul Heyman, but Paul
Heyman's a pre and post match guy.
Yeah, his ringside stuff, while good,
is much more understated.
Yeah. Especially now that he doesn't have the ponytail anymore. He used to tug that a lot. Anyhow. New Day went over, and then they did some air humps while laying on the ground.
Oh, it was magical.
What do we got next?
Next is Kalisto beats Alberto Del Rio for the U.S. title match. This match had a couple blown spots. Kalisto fucked up a couple times.
I think Kalisto fucked up once, and Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto fucked up once.
Yeah, once was mutual.
Like, there was he flipped over him and tried to pin him, and Alberto thought they were doing the take the Titan down, swing my arms a little bit, but eventually go into the pin, and Kalisto thought they were doing the flow evenly like a luchador into the pin, and it showed that they had a miscommunication.
They had two different ideas of what this spot was supposed to be, and then Alberto just sort of fell over of his own free will.
Yeah, basically.
And it was ugly.
Later in the match, Kalisto does a head scissor and doesn't lock his ankles behind Alberto's neck. So Kalisto sort of throws himself at Alberto Del Rio and kind of hits him in the chest with his butt and does a flip, and then for no reason conceivable, Alberto Del Rio launches himself into the turnbuckle.
He just decided it was turnbuckle time!
I must nap immediately. But, those are complicated spots, and shit happens. I like Kalisto. I like that they're giving a small guy, especially as small as Kalisto, a shot at the U.S. title, a shot in the limelight. Especially a younger guy, a newer guy.
Oh, we're gonna get to this later. I'm gonna bring all those points back. Oh, speaking of, you wanted to save the Bubba Ray.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was saying. So you have two blown spots here, sure, but they're really fucking complicated. They're not a man being dragged across a ring and intercepting a tag like a fucking.
They're not two of the first things you learn in wrestling school.
I mean,
first thing you learn how to fall. Second thing you learn how to get dragged around and run at a guy who's trying to be bad at you. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, thing 2 is probably running the ropes. Thing 3, sure.
Yeah.
Just he went 4-year-old dead weight. Bubba Dudley, help. Bubba Dudley, help.
Because you know what? Mark Henry's plenty strong enough to drag your ass into the ring against your will.
He had the leverage of the apron.
But then your arm will come out of its fucking socket, so he's not going to do that.
Well, and it's not even like Bubba Dudley's that heavy. The top half has 200 pounds to it, sure. But his little legs are 30 pounds?
He's got spindly little legs. But
he's a spider monster. God, fucking.
Oh my god, Bubba Ray Dudley's going to be Ergot.
The Dudleys have been nothing but a horrible fucking fucking shit show since they came back.
Get the tables!
I have never... And I liked the Dudleys. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan. But
I was a
didn't
humongous
dislike
fucking
them.
Dudleys fan when I was a kid. This shit needs to end. It's sad.
Dude, okay, here's the fucking thing. Here's I was a Billy Gunn fan and still am to this day. And when I was a Billy Gunn fan, I got no end of shit. Billy Gunn's a bad wrestler. Billy Gunn doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's sloppy. He's shitty. You compare Billy Gunn then and Billy Gunn today to Bubba Ray Dudley then and today. And you tell me which one of those motherfuckers is a bad wrestler, and if it's Billy Gunn, I'm gonna cut your face!
You're really intense on that?
I have, like, when the guy that they used to call bad, like, actively, when I used to get made fun of for liking because they thought he was so bad, comes back and does better than somebody who was wrestling not half a fucking week before they came back in TNA.
Like, yeah, no, I agree. The match itself was not anything to write home about. That is to say that...
I mean, there's some good stuff in there, but like those blown spots really took the momentum out of it.
Yeah. Then we had the Divas match right before the Royal Rumble.
That was fun.
Yep. Good match. Solid work, guys. Good storytelling, and was what the end should have been. Like, then the post-match came in, and Sasha Banks came in. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Charlotte wins with the help of Ric Flair cheating. This feud's clearly not over, so, you know, that's right. But then they throw a wrench in it because fucking, the boss shows up and completely just scub hammers Becky Lynch out of the ring, and essentially says, I get to fight, Charlotte next. Which, then, that loses the reason for them for ending this match the way it ended. If you don't have another Becky Lynch versus Charlotte after this, it's just Becky Lynch gets screwed out of her title match and then goes away, I guess. It's pointless.
It's Divas booking.
I mean, yeah, fuck.
They're just doing it with talented athletes now instead of not talented ones.
Yeah, fuck, you're right. You're entirely correct. I didn't even think about that shit. Because I think in good booking, I guess.
God damn, I tried to.
I think in mildly competent booking, at least.
Sure.
Just fuck me, dude. It was just terrible. The match was good. The finish was good. The booking was bad.
Yeah.
And I like Sasha Banks. Don't get me wrong. It's just this is not Becky Lynch beats Charlotte next pay-per-view, then Sasha Banks comes in and murders Becky Lynch. That's what you do.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. We managed to fill almost 13 minutes.
Yeah, we're not going to have trouble filling the rest of this. Because now it's time to talk about the fucking Royal Rumble match.
I laughed a lot during this match.
One of my favorite matches of the year.
I laughed a lot.
One of my favorite pay-per-views of all time.
Lots of laughs.
I'm so fucking salty.
LOL.
And not like mad. I can't be mad. I'm not surprised. Being mad would require me not having seen this coming. I knew this was gonna fucking happen.
I'm tired of getting kicked in the penis. Speaking of penis, my favorite spot in the Royal Rumble was when who did it?
I think it was Roman Reigns almost eliminated.
Yeah, he grabbed like Triple H and some other dude by the penis, and like
almost eliminated Triple H and Sheamus.
Both of them.
Tried to eliminate both Triple H and Sheamus by grabbing them by the dick, which I mean that's unorthodox. But
that is effective.
All right, so going into this match, it was known in the same way that Dothraki know things that the winners were either going to be Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, or Triple H. Like
that was popular scuttlebutt.
Yeah, scuttlebutt on the internet was Triple H was going to come in, and it was before the match. I was like, I want Roman to win. Please note, listener, I know that would have been a bad call. Having Roman beat 30 other dudes would have been very jaunty to ask.
It would have been fucking stupid,
and a great way to piss off internet marks at him forever. I wanted it anyway, specifically because it would have pissed those people off. I am terminally done with their stupid contrarian bullshit. Anything that makes them mad makes me happy. Full stop.
They've gone so contrarian, the boy has become extra contrarian just to be a contrarian to them.
Yeah. Like, they are my enemies now. Anything they cheer, I hate. I am so tired of their stupid contrarian, we want what we want, fuck the story you're trying to tell, take all the guys we think are super special snowflakes for whatever dumb fucking reason, and push them, and only they get to win matches ever. Well, fuck telling a coherent story or having relatable, good protagonists or trying to tell a good anything. No. This is just all this should be is an exercise to fillet our own opinions to people we think are the best of the best, and only they get to win matches forever. Fuck you!
I thought you were out of anger. I thought you were going to bounce me out.
This is not about the match. This is about those people.
I see. Okay. You're never out of anger for them.
No, not ever. As far as the match is concerned, I saw this shit coming. Yeah. As soon as Triple H, and spoilers, Triple H wins. As soon as Triple H showed up to the match, I pointed at the screen and went, he's winning.
I mean, I didn't want him to.
Oh, I didn't want him to either, but...
There were 27 other guys in that match. Who would have been a better pick to win.
Yeah.
27 other guys. There's some I would have liked a hell of a lot less than the others.
I mean, yeah. Look,
Brock Lesnar winning would have been lame.
Better call than Triple H.
Better call than Triple H. Better call than Roman Reigns.
Yeah, better call than Roman even. But
the other guy's bad calls. Big Show.
Big Show is the worst call.
I love you, Paul White. I think you're a cool guy. We share a name. But I don't like you in the wrestling industry anymore. I like you as an actor. In the wrestling industry, you're just a big piece of poop. You don't need to be there. You're not helping anything.
The Big Show's the worst call. They didn't do the worst call.
Yeah. Goddamn. I was really afraid they were going to hand it to AJ Styles.
Oh, I'd have been all right. This is it's story time, listener. Are you ready? I don't hate AJ Styles. I mean, I kind of hate him because the internet marks love him. So, they cheered him so vociferously that now I kind of hate him by proxy. But I don't, super hate him. There
were times when AJ Styles was just, dead, and they were chanting for him for some reason. They saw him again, I guess. I don't fucking know.
They chanted him they loved him as much as little kids love John Cena. And for the same reason. No discernible ones. He's just, this guy is a guy we like for no real reason. They've been chatting about him on the internet for billions of years. Apparently. And, oh god, he's so amazing. He's so talented. He's the best thing since sliced fucking bread. I don't watch TNA, so I've literally never seen a guy wrestle a match. I don't fucking care about AJ Styles.
AJ Styles can pull a spot pretty decently.
He did a cool little karate thing. That was cool.
He's an average wrestler. This is me peeling away my decade of baked-in animosity for AJ Styles. He is a cromulent athlete. No more, no less. And his mic work is shit. He does not put forth a believable gimmick. He never has. He could with some coaching if his fucking ego would accept any. But he's AJ goddamn Styles. He does the Styles Clash.
That move's dumb, by the way. I looked up what it is because I've heard of it. I just literally didn't know what the fuck it was. That's dumb. That's a dumb fucking move. It looks stupid.
I think it's okay, but
I disagree. It looks stupid.
Matter of opinion. But and he does a Pele kick, and that's why
pretty cool.
He's Christ. He is Christ risen, and we should all worship him. Not me. I go for Cthulhu, so I'm missing Big Daddy V, I guess. But there you have it. I don't fucking like AJ Styles. I think he's the most overrated wrestler of our time.
Worse than John Cena?
Yeah. I mean, John Cena's in this weird nexus where people like him and people hate him. John Cena's rated where John Cena needs to be. He is the most talked about wrestler, certainly, but both in positive and negative. AJ Styles, I find so rarely somebody that doesn't like AJ Styles. And I do not fucking get it. Because he's not that special.
I don't hate him, but I don't like him. He was passable. You know what? I'll wait till I see him in an actual wrestling match where he actually wrestles.
Sure.
And then I'll form because when he did a cool karate thing, that was cool. he kept trying to do the Styles Clash, which, I mean, literally, the more he does that move, the less I like him. It's the dumbest goddamn finisher I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I think Wade Barrett's Wasteland or whatever was worse.
No, the sack
where
of
he
potatoes.
just sort of sat him down.
It's a good, he does it as a signature move now. It's much better as a signature move.
That's a fine signature move. God damn. I was really afraid he was going to take it. I was really afraid he was going to take it.
But no.
I was a little concerned Jericho was going to, but not that much. Jericho doesn't usually do that.
And even if he had, could have been Triple H, could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been fucking worse.
And it was worse, ladies and gentlemen. It was Triple fucking H. Paul Levesque walked out to the middle of the ring and sucked his own dick. And while that's a fucking spectacle, it's not what I come to a wrestling show to see.
No, I mean, I don't... There are people in this world who feel that building to Roman Reigns versus Triple H is a natural and a good conclusion to this feud.
Main event WrestleMania, Roman Reigns versus Triple H sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I not say all that? I apologize. And I say that is a conclusion to this feud. And it is certainly one we could have worked to without giving Triple H the title in the Royal Rumble. This is where this is where I'm going to go full Booker storyteller mode on you, okay? Are you prepared for this, listener? Ultimo?
Go forth, sir.
All right. It seems like a lot of folks forget that we're not working in a fucking vacuum here. I mean, I know they don't make these decisions super far in advance. It has been said by enough people that seems to be the case. So let's work under the assumption that they don't make these decisions that far in advance. Still, you set up a situation where the title is on the line for the Royal Rumble, which is a cool fucking stip. It's what brought me that in the undercard to watch this pay-per-view in the first place. That's neat.
Because that's only ever happened once before.
Yeah.
And in that case, there wasn't a champion.
Right.
This is the first time that the champions had to go in defending.
Yeah. Now, okay, that's interesting. You know, there's a lot of things that could happen there that put Roman Reigns in a bad position, in a good position. It's interesting. All right? That's not a bad choice. Having Roman Reigns enter the Rumble at number 1 starts to eliminate a lot of other choices. Because, basically it eliminates the choice of having Roman win the Rumble.
Because having him go 1-30 is something you can do, not something you can do for Roman Reigns at this point.
Yeah, not at this stage. He's too divisive a figure and not popular enough. Like John Cena, as much as I don't want to see it, could do that. He could get away.
John goddamn Cena.
He's John Cena.
He's large competition Jonathan. You believe it.
John finds a way. But you don't do that with Roman Reigns. And then you see the 29 other motherfuckers you have in this match. And you move the ones that are dumb because they've got other feuds or other titles. Still would be a clever swerve. It would definitely be something people wouldn't expect. The last two people in the match were Dean Ambrose and Triple H. And I would have loved to see Dean Ambrose win that match. First of all, because it's not Triple H. Secondly, it's unexpected. Thirdly, it gives us a lot of interesting directions to go forward. I return to my previous series of statements. So you've entered into a situation where Roman Reigns either loses the title or you've shot yourself in the foot. And the person you then select before the night begins, because this is not a live competition between athletes. This is a predetermined story. This is something we're all aware of. It's a fun drama. As the person who comes in at number 30 and wins it, you select yourself. Not an avatar of yourself, like a Seth Rollins, who I think is still out on injury, but you take my meaning. Corporate Kane, coming back after Demon Kane was eliminated. It's still fucking bullshit, but if you want to set forth an avatar, fine. You know, fucking Joey Mercury and, the other guy. I almost said Jesse Eisenberg. Mark Zuckerberg. That's it. No, you fucking know what I'm talking about. The guy who used to be a redneck. He's a trainer backstage now. The other guy in the M&M security or whatever it was. You know, one of them wins by some bullshittery. If that's the game you want
Sheamus
to play,
wins.
Sheamus was in Triple H's pocket. He was part of the
He was in
Nation
the last
of Domination.
3. He was in the last 4. It was him, Triple H, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns. You could have easily gotten to Sheamus winning.
And that's fine. It's not terribly interesting, but it's fine. No. Instead, you literally choose the most selfish option. And okay, let's dream on fairy wings and pixie dust. And let's say this match takes us to WrestleMania, where Triple H and Roman Reigns, after having a hard row to hoe, managed to have a match in the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Where do we go from there? What fucking happens that matters?
The only thing you have is if Seth's good enough to come back.
Sure.
That's all you've got.
We've already spent our money in the bank.
Yep.
So, Triple H versus Roman Reigns is either going to end with Roman Reigns winning, and this is a gimmick that could have been closed at this pay-per-view.
This is a gimmick that could be closed at Fastlane.
Fuck yeah, sure. You have Triple H winning, which is more self-inflating bullshit. Because it's not even like Triple H is an active competitor. Dude has not wrestled frequently in 5 years. 5 years. There was a small patch where he wrestled a little more. But it has been 5 years.
And I actually mentioned this on the Lost podcast with Billy. I am so goddamn tired of having part-time people win the WWE title and part-time people main event WrestleMania. Fuck that. I am tired of it. I am tired of The Rock and Brock Lesnar and fucking whoever the fuck else, Bobby Lashley, who gives a fuck. I am tired of them coming back and being the guy who is in the main event of WrestleMania. That is a very prestigious spot. It's the place you put your top tier guys. It's the place you put people you are banking your product on. It's the place you put new people because it gives them the opportunity to steal the WrestleMania show and then get over and get new fans. It's not the place you put someone who's going to be fucking gone in 2 goddamn months.
Instead of doing a honor to your stories, to your federation,
and to your performers
who work week in, week out, you go for a cash grab. This goes back to what I have said is the problem with the WWE for years now. They run it like a business more than they run it like a show. And fuck wrestling program. They run it like a business more than they run it like a show. A fucking TV show. A sitcom. A drama. Whatever. A fucking Saturday morning cartoon. Alright? You want to get in with the merchandise and all that shit? Fine. Whatever. You're still doing it wrong.
Yeah, when the Saturday morning cartoon, when fucking Transformers Animated is better at stories than you, and they're just as geared towards selling toys and t-shirts, you have fucking fucked up.
I guarantee you. Okay, I can pull fucking Gravity Falls, fucking Steven Universe, fucking My Little Pony. These are current children's television, fucking Star versus Forces of Evil. These are current children's television shows designed to sell merchandise. Well, not Gravity Falls, because I can't find a Dipper Pines hat fucking anywhere outside of Etsy. And they're pulling off good stories better than a program intended for adults and children.
I am so terribly, terribly annoyed by this. I wasn't mad when it happened, but I'm more mad about all the shit surrounding it than the thing itself. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, like, shit happens and it'll change in X months.
It's not like the show's ending.
No,
in
right?
4 months, it'll be Roman Reigns again, or it'll be someone else, or I don't know, Triple H dies in a fiery car crash and it's somebody else. Please don't have that happen. I like Paul as a person, kind of.
I mean, at this point, I don't know if I can say that anymore, but we'll wait and see. But this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's even say that something great happens. Let's say there's something cool that happens in the story between now and WrestleMania that makes Triple H being in the main event a good idea. Shawn Michaels comes back and gets a title shot somehow.
That's not a good idea. That's an awful idea.
I mean,
he hasn't been wrestling in years. He'd be awful. He'd be terrible.
But
and what did I just fucking say about part-timers?
For drama's sake. I mean, I'm just putting shit out there. It's not a great idea, but bear with me. Who fucking Seth Rollins comes back and is mad at Triple H, so they fight.
Yeah, that'd be that.
There you go. Let's say that's what's going to happen. Cool. You've asked us to take a lot on faith. And this is not the first time this month. This is not the first time in the last year. This is not the first time in the last 3 years. You motherfuckers have asked me to take a lot on faith. And I have not been rewarded by it. The rest of this pay-per-view was solid. Good booking decisions. And I think that's why this main event feels like even more of a slap in the face. Because as we were watching it, as the Royal Rumble was underway, I looked at the boy and said, look, you're going to have to do this podcast with Billy because I ain't got shit to say about this show. Well, we managed to take up 12 minutes talking about it, but that's running down the card piece by piece. All told, it was good. And I got picky over a couple of spots, but whatever. And I said, there has to be, the only way I'll have a whole lot to talk about is if something fucking stupid happens at the finish. And at that point, the only outcomes I had thought of, because I hadn't heard Triple H was a top pick, I hadn't really been doing social media today, were Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. And one of those is dumb, but whatever. And the other one is boring, but whatever. As the match went on, I was like, okay, Sheamus might take it. Dolph could take it, that'd be cool. Bray Wyatt might take it. There were a lot of people I was like, that's alright. There was also a fucking bunch that I didn't figure would ever fucking win. Look, when Goldust was in there, I was happy about it because I like Goldust. Same with Stardust, but
they're not winning.
I didn't think they were going to win the fucking title.
I'd really love to see Kofi Kingston win one fucking Royal Rumble in his career. Just one. You don't even have to win the WrestleMania match. Just give him one. If you cannot tell me he's the Royal Rumble specialist unless he wins at least fucking one. At least one.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Kofi Kingston as the WWE champion, but that's me.
Oh, they'll never do that.
No.
Strap the world title on Kofi, let Biggie and Xavier do the tag team titles. That'd be great.
Well, I mean, they're over as fuck. I don't understand. No, actually, I understand it, and what I understand makes me very upset. Like, you guys literally had me. I was like, man, if this is good, maybe I'll start following WWE again. Maybe when I have Mondays off, I'll actually watch Raw when it happens. I usually work too late for that. Maybe I'll keep up on it. That'll be really nice. That would be cool to have wrestling back in my life on a weekly basis again. With new stories and new talent. I can be up and current on what everybody on Twitter's talking about. No. You dangled the fucking carrot and then you hit me in the nose with it and ate it.
Yourself,
and I'm like, and
Paul.
what do you expect me to do? This is what they expect me to do. Well, there's two situations here. One, boys' beloved eye marks. That's heavy sarcasm. They're happy because a Roman Reigns didn't win. And most of your internet marks are Triple H marks from way back. So Triple H has the title. Yay, good. Okay. I don't fucking understand why you feel that way about Triple H having the title. I lived through 2008. I guess you didn't. But whatever. Fucking whatever. I completely lost my train of thought. This is live on the podcast. No idea what I was about to say. This is how rendered I am by this choice. Oh, right. The other thing you want to happen is you want the fans to be mad because the WWE is trying to go meta with getting people over as faces or heels because the fans aren't buying it anymore. Because the fans do things like cheer the New Day and they cheer Bray Wyatt, and you can't have that because the great stories they're telling really need clear good guys and bad guys for people to be interested. Obviously.
So they have characters do things which, reasonably speaking, they probably wouldn't. Or they have characters be pointless assholes in ways they wouldn't be pointless assholes.
Or they have characters be pointless assholes in a way that meshes with reality so much that even if it's like the joke that you're putting the one of the higher ups in the WWE who is married to the boss's daughter
and is the boss
and is basically the boss, is second in command for boss, as the champion. And that's bad because he's a dick, so we're going to tune in next week to see him get his comeuppance. No. And even on top of that, you are still actually preventing other talent from getting the title. Even if you are putting this over as a work of fiction. And I mentioned this to some of my friends, some of you who are probably listening to the podcast. Like, it reminds me of those exploitation films in the 70s and 80s when these psychotic fucking directors would put their stars through actual shit to get, authentic reactions on camera. Or another situation if your boss is treating you like shit and piling you with extra work because you talk to the rest of the team and he wants the rest of the team to be intimidated by him. Okay, so you're trying to create a work of fiction out of being a real-life asshole. You're still a real-life asshole. That's not fiction.
Yeah. Look, there's a series of internet videos that I'm not super fond of, where there's a couple different people who do this. People will do incredibly mean practical jokes where, like, they pretend to be super racist or they pretend to be beating up some girl or some really, really shitty behavior, or they'll, pretend to destroy someone's car or some shit like that. Or more accurately, they will actually destroy someone's car. And then when the person they're pranking, I'm using the heaviest fucking air quotes I can, gets mad about it, they go, "It's just a prank, bro! It's just a prank, bro!" No, fuck you, you're still an asshole.
Yeah, you have still damaged my car. Even if you front the money to get it fixed, you are still a dick. I didn't need this in my day, man. You fucking spiked my blood pressure and made me stressed. Fuck you. Fuck your entitled shit.
It's not just a prank, bro. It's not just a show. You are actually holding people down, Paul.
And that's why I said if it was an avatar of Triple H, if it was fucking Sheamus, if it was Seth Rollins, fine.
And you know what? If it wasn't for specifically how wrestling works, it'd be fine.
If Triple H had won the Royal Rumble to build for this match, and the title was a different match,
I'd still be
I wouldn't be happy. It'd still be shitty and lame, but it's better than him throwing the title on himself.
One, that's just super egotistical. And two, it's pretty well established that, one, people wrestling in the main event get more money. People wrestling in the main event at WrestleMania get more money. If you're the champion at WrestleMania in the main event, you get more money. You are actually taking money from your subordinates.
And giving it to yourself, which, is capitalism. It's common practice in this country.
Not political.
That's fair.
But it's just shitlordy behavior. And it's you being it's you being a real life heel.
Yeah.
And nobody likes those. Because we have a special term for those. They're called assholes.
Yeah.
Or criminals, I guess.
Yeah, there's that too. What does this amount to in the end? Am I super, super pissed off? Right? Am I done with wrestling forever? No. I'm not coming back to your weekly show. I probably won't watch Fastlane unless you give me a really good card. Because, overall...
And to be fair, this was our free month for the network.
Yeah, you guys gave this to me for free.
So, it's not like you owe me anything. I didn't pay you any money for this.
80% of that show was good.
Yeah.
Fucking 95% maybe if you measure it out in minutes. The 10 minutes we cut away from the Royal Rumble to show Roman Reigns perhaps or perhaps not getting on a stretcher.
Did I bitch about that on this one?
You did not.
Okay. I bitched about this during the Lost podcast. I'm going to bitch about it now again because it deserves to be bitched about where people can hear it.
I agree.
Okay. This pay-per-view is called The Royal Rumble. The central match in the Royal Rumble is, as you might be able to figure out on your own, the Royal match. Rumble match. I talked right over you because your joke was fucking stupid.
Ooh, the salt is getting on me. I'm like a slug. I'm bubbling.
So, presumably, people who are tuning into the Royal Rumble want to see the Royal Rumble match. I know I do. It's one of my favorite matches of the year. I fucking love the Royal Rumble. It's one of the things I'm most excited about in an entire year of wrestling. I was actually excited for this pay-per-view because it's the Royal Rumble, and I like that match. You know what I don't like? 15 minutes of fucking gurney cam. I don't care that the League of Nations is beating up Roman Reigns, super beating, and they're all using their special kick move on him, and then they do a move, and then another move, and then another move, and then another move. Yeah, they're beating him up. I get it. They're beating him up. I've seen them beat him up before. I've seen people be beat up in wrestling before. Go back to the match I'm here to watch. And then, when they're done beating him up, it stays on him, it stays on them as they, cheer and pat each other on the back about how good they're being. They don't even cut back and forth. They just show this for 10, what felt like 40 goddamn minutes to me at the time. Probably was 4. And they didn't cut back to the match I'm here to watch. And then they do the thing where they smash him through the table and he's super dead or whatever, and they still don't cut fucking away. They just show Roman Reigns dead for 2 minutes. Why? I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. And go back and listen to the podcast. I'm a pretty big Roman Reigns fan. I don't care. I'm here to watch the Royal Rumble. I want to watch the match that is going on right now. Not some stupid side bullshit. If you fucking cut back to Snoop Dogg hanging out with Kalisto, I'm mad about that shit too. And I like both those guys. And then, what's worse is, okay, he's beaten up fine. They're wheeling out the gurney. They're going to wheel him out on the gurney. And whatever. He's gone. He'll be back later, because of course he'll be back later. Anyone who didn't think he was going to be back later is kidding themselves.
I mean, it's like they don't think you've ever seen a Royal Rumble before. Or a fucking Battle Royal.
Or a wrestling program. So, anyway, he's leaving. Cool. Back to the match. Whatever. I'm super salty that you guys kept cutting the fuck away, but it's over now. I don't care. Then, I find out from the announcers that as they did this, I missed Kofi Kingston's elimination. I am infinitely more salty about that immediately. Now, they're wheeling Roman Reigns away. Roman Reigns is walking away next to the gurney for some reason. I still don't care. They cut back to the ring. Cool. 10 seconds maybe. Then they cut right back to Roman Reigns walking beside his gurney for a long time. Then they cut to the ring for a 10-second spot. Then they cut back to Roman Reigns. Now he's getting on the gurney. Then back to the ring. Now back to Roman Reigns. He's getting off the gurney. I don't fucking care about Roman Reigns versus the gurney. I don't care about gurney cam.
That was the real main event.
I don't give a fuck. I couldn't give less of a fuck if I tried. I want to watch the Royal Rumble match. I'm here to watch the Royal Rumble match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, you dumb motherfuckers.
Which, I mean, this is the stupid part. You could have talked about this beforehand. Because there are several points where, the counter's going down. Everybody stop what you're doing and just sort of stare at the entryway. Fucking could have done that for gurney time instead of having an elimination actual match go on.
I don't care about gurney cam. I don't care. I couldn't give less of a fuck, and I'm pretty sure nobody else gave a fuck either. Because I'm the only guy in the universe who likes Roman Reigns, I guess. Me and a sea of, I don't know, of chicks and children, the same people who like John Cena. It's me, wives, and kids. And you know what? I'm betting they didn't give a fuck either. Because you're here to watch the match that's going on in the ring. People are doing their jobs. There are guys putting their physical health on the line to entertain you. I don't give a single fuck about the one who's hobbling.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. This is the dumb.
That's the thing I'm saltiest about the night, in case you couldn't fucking tell.
What did they think that was going to accomplish? This will be it. This will be the thing that makes all the fans love Roman Reigns.
You know what? If it is, more power to them, because that means that the reason I didn't give a fuck is because I already like Roman Reigns.
But it didn't work. It wasn't gonna work. It was never gonna work.
Because they cheered Triple H winning. They were super happy. Because you know who buys tickets to pay-per-views? They're expensive. Only diehard smarks, only diehard internet marks. They're the only ones who buy tickets to pay-per-views. Roman Reigns gets booed at pay-per-views. Always. He sells merch, and he gets cheered at Raws. Because I've watched Raw. He gets cheered at Raw. He gets booed at pay-per-view. Fucking learn to live with it.
And then
because it's not going to change.
This goes back to what I said. You get so upset when people cheer Bray Wyatt or people cheer this guy or that guy that you don't want them to cheer. Who gives a fuck? Why? Why do you care? I would understand if you actually had these masterful stories, but you don't. You guys are flying by the seats of your fucking pants doing random jack shit. Why? It doesn't matter. Fucking, is this guy a face or a heel? He's a clown from space. Let's put him in the ring. Oh, he's getting booze. I guess he's a heel. Is this guy a face or a heel? He's an evil redneck. Let's put him in the ring. He's getting cheers. Guess he's a face. Make more merch of that guy.
This isn't difficult. Just tell stories. We've been preaching the same thing for like a year. You're obviously not listening.
No, God, no, fuck no. I miss the days when the WWE would mind my brain for stuff.
Just tell stories. Just tell stories. There was no point until like the very late end of his career where Steve Austin acted like a face. Steve Austin was a dick. He just happened to be a dick to the person the fans hated more. That's all.
It's the same fucking thing with John Cena. The reason John Cena got over is because he was a fucking asshole. He said nasty shit that they had to censor about his opponents, who were usually faces. He would cheat to win matches, would beat people with his giant lock chain.
But he was funny, he was a decent rapper, and he fucking was good at insult comedy.
So he was relatable.
So the fans loved him. Fans like people who are entertaining. So when all your faces are just, I'm going to try my hardest and do my best, and I'm here for the people. Look, you tried that shit with Rocky Maivia. Did you forget how that went? People like people who are interesting, especially wrestling fans.
The Rock didn't get over until he was...
The Rock didn't get over until he acted like a cockbag. They like interesting people who do interesting things, who say entertaining things, who are funny, or believably badass, or something, who are anything besides guy who tries his best. Stop trying to make people cheer for guy who tries his best. They don't want to. They want to cheer for crazy alien redneck who gives these weird fucking gonzo promos that are just a delight to hear because they're so crazy and off the wall. That's who they want to see. They want to see guy who is believably crazy and has apparently decided he is a space wizard now. That's what they want to see. They want to see three dudes having a good time dancing and high-fiving and pretending to be unicorns.
This is like, you've even got Dean Ambrose right there. He's the Steve Austin you've been looking for. He's not Steve Austin, but like... That's pretty close, guys.
And you hobble him. You won't let him actually act like a crazy person. He's mildly mischievous. He's the same level of crazy as like Saturday morning cartoon Joker.
Joker.
He's gonna like Super Friends Joker. He's gonna throw a pie in your face. I was gonna
say animated series Joker nearly fucking killed Alfred, man.
Yeah.
No,
of course animated series Joker was good. No, fucking Super Friends Joker. He's gonna throw a pie in your face, maybe.
Well, like the thing is, Dean Ambrose acts like animated series Joker, but Michael Cole and the rest of the mostly Michael Cole talks about him like he's fucking
kooky
Super
crazy.
Friends. Yeah, like his fucking clothesline is apparently the wacky line.
Please tell me that's not true.
No, he announced it during the match. The Royal Rumble. He comes back with the wacky line when he hit Triple H. He legit just fucking laughed. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.